open lectures where you have the chance that theorists and philosophers from many fields are here and contributing to our ongoing discussion. As you know, I'm the one responsible for the ongoing discussion, but Werner Hamacher was graceful enough to accept that the discussion will be our joint thing. The lecture will still be his. I will not underwrite his lecture. Werner Hamacher is a philosopher who was there hiding in literature departments, something which was very typical for the German scene and also for the American scene, that our best thinkers could not really get any appointments in philosophy departments because there this kind of thinking were not accepted. It were too contemporary. You have really to go back to the 19th century to be accepted there. So we have quite a few people. You should not be fooled by their interest or the books they did. You will still see incredible, strong philosophical interest in there. So a literary theorist is not really somebody who cares about literature as such. So he will certainly contradict me here. Is more interested in the ideas which are in literature certainly embodied. He came to us recommended by anderen. That is how we also get our professors. The friends of friends are our friends too. So Avital, Brunel especially, but also certainly all the other people, Nancy, Derrida, know him and his work for many years, and they know Werner should be at the European Graduate School. So, and I think they are right, so here he is and fights for his life.
I've chosen to be a literary critic and write about philosophy because I genuinely care for both. The text that I'm going to present to you has more to do, of course, with philosophy and in particular political philosophy. It is. So it was a good idea to have a mic here. Can you hear me better?
No, I think it's not working.
The text I'm going to read to you has the title "The Right to Have Rights," which is a quote from Hannah Arendt, and it is an attempt to find some way of orienting myself within the realm of political theology and its history. It is a rather humble attempt and presents itself in 4.5 remarks. 1. For the classical Greek authors of political theory, it was inconceivable that anyone outside of the polis could be a human. A human could be human only in a society, and the society could only be one that was both permanently established and internally consistent. That is, it could only be a constitutional and thus political society. The resulting definition that the human is essentially a political being became problematic with the expansion of a religion that did not conceive itself as a political theocracy or as a religion of political virtues and observances, but rather defined itself as being disinterested, indifferent, and structurally neutral with regard to social and political matters. Nobis nulla magis res aliena quam publica. This sentence from the Apologeticum of Tertullian, from 38, states nothing is more alien to Christians than public matters of the empire. The statement was not just an assurance of the harmlessness of an apolitical sect, it also contained a declaration of independence from the prerogatives of the sphere of politics and introduced a new distinction into the determination of being human. A a distinction that has been a constant source of disturbance in the political and theological affairs of European and Near Eastern cultures ever since. That public political matters were matters alien to Christians meant nothing other than that the human was henceforth not only a political being, but moreover and above all a social being. Politics, on the other hand, was thereby, however inexplicitly, transformed into the sphere that was able to guarantee the neutrality of the constituents of the state with regard to the political. It was of secondary importance that the community of the faithful organized itself in the ecclesia as civitas, according to the model of the imperium. Secondary compared to the distinction that had been introduced between the political community and the community of faith, between res publica and res intima, between political constitution and psychic participation. The split was widened further between the public sphere and the sphere of interiority, since Christian apostles and teachers proclaimed the Evangelium as Catholic, that is, as universal and equally valid for all peoples, without consideration for national, ethnic, or linguistic belonging. The Christian religion was not a civil religion for the citizens of a nation-state, nor was it the religion of a transnational imperium. It introduced itself with the claim that it was the religion of humans in general, and of the divinity of man as such. It presented itself as universal anthropotheology. This claim to the universality of human interiority and internal sociality led, however, to a particular kind of politicity, which can be seen in heretical and reform movements no less than in the dogmatic and orthodox tendencies, and which became especially prominent in the most successful of these reform movements, the Protestant Reformation. This movement, following the path of a paradoxical conformism, led to the democratic revolutions of the 16th and 18th centuries, put into effect its principle of the universal equality of individuals, that is, of the individual's unmediated bond with both God and the community, and assumed the form of modern democracy, the form that we still inhabit today. The prominent political theories of modernity are political theologies of a democratism of Protestant provenance. This becomes clear in the work of Hobbes and clearer in those of Rousseau and of Kant. Hegel systematizes it as a political theology of history. Tocqueville describes it in detail in his La démocratie en Amérique, and the structural Christianity of the modern state is the basis for the universal polemic that Marx directed against the state theology of political emancipation of the bourgeoisie in his brief and still scandalizing text on the Jewish question from 1844. 2. Marx takes it as his starting point that the fundamental postulate of Christianity is the sovereignty of man. And he to a great extent follows the argumentative schema of Hegel and Feuerbach when he finds his sovereign human within the political organization of his time to be a mere fantasy construction and dream. I quote, "The political form of democracy is Christian, because in it the human, and not just one man but every man, counts as the sovereign and supreme being.